Friday started, right? So as always, let's just do a little recap of what the market did overnight. Pretty much, we tried to pump up yesterday, right, a little bit. Then overnight, we're like, nope. We hit our off of our resistance level, bounced right back down. So even the sorry, it's pretty much in a big range bound situation, right? In the overall market. Since what day was it? Yesterday? Yeah. Since like the 24th, today's the 25th. Pretty much the whole day, if you look at the 5-minute charts. Actually just a big range. Back and forth, back and forth. We were trying to break through the range before. If we held, that would have been great. Nice trend reversal, but here, really couldn't. And it started to pop right back down. Good morning, Mustafa. And yeah, so essentially, still continuing that downtrend motion at the moment. And I've still been playing around with this delta. And I kind of like it. Like, I just went for a quick, like, 1-minute trade before. Just with one throw point, right? I can show you. Performance, and it's just quick scalp for a point just with one contract. Nothing crazy. I was just testing things out. I personally like live testing. That way I get the real feel for it. Just going off of the cumulative delta plays. But as always, my main go-to will be the Algo. Right now, nothing crazy from it. We had a move from it before around 5:15, but obviously I was knocked out then. I was sleeping. And we all know this week stocks really haven't been performing the best. I would love to see a nice algo play come out, right? Be very happy with that. Nice push to the downside. Continue this downtrend. Would really love that. About like 20 seconds before market opens. Let's see how it performs. Pretty weak, but obviously things change in the first 15 minutes, right? Market can pump up completely if it wants to. We're just here to ride the wave on whichever direction it decides to go. Good morning, Dragon. Hope you're doing well. I just don't want this to be a little bit of a funky Friday situation again. I really don't like that. I mean, volume's not too great at the moment. Like, sellers are pretty weak. Buyers, they're piling up on the dome, but they're getting taken out, so it's interesting. Buyers stepping in. Regular doji candle at the open. That happened like for the past 2 weeks straight. Good morning, Chris. Yeah, today is gonna be a patient day. Like, I'm not gonna, like, yesterday you guys saw that I literally talked about my rule and broke it, and then I lost money on it, and I paid the price, obviously. So I'm just gonna have to wait patiently, wait for the right setups to pop up, and I'll take my moves. I'm still seeing this as like a nice downtrend. Like, overall bigger picture, right? That's what I'm focusing on. Like, you guys can see, it's a nice little channel formation, and pivots are always making lower lows, lower highs as well. Unless we get like a quick reversal here and break through everything, we should still be in continuation of the trend. And Friday sell-offs are very common as well. Institutions love to close their positions on Fridays if they had swing positions from Monday. Friday's the day that they unload everything because they don't like having anything overnight. This will be interesting to see how it plays out. Yeah, volume's not too crazy right now, guys. For the first 5 minutes, like, in the dome, I'm looking at it, nothing crazy happening. Volume's lower than previous days. And I noticed that to be a trend on Fridays too. The volume kind of just takes a little bit of a dip. Super weak candles. I don't like high wick situations. That's what burned us yesterday. Let's see. Getting a little bit of a market pump. Okay. I am not a fan of the way market opened today. Might be another Funky Friday situation. Yeah, trading the pre-market, it's you can do it. It just depends on how much volume's going on. I like going for, if I'm going for a scalp play, I want it to be very quick. In these situations, they can be quick, and that's like in the pre-market. That's why I try to stay away from it. I'll only get into it if I see higher volume coming in, if there's a market pressure, good news coming in. Honestly, if you're trading the pre-market, you probably only need to trade from like 7:30 to 9. After that, like that's when that move happens. Okay, guys, so this is exactly what burned me yesterday, right? My specific rule is if an alert comes, well, it's going back and forth, right? You have to wait till candle close because it'll redraw. Like, yeah, it's fighting between the prices right now. It's just waiting for price confirmation. So let's see. But this candle, like the size of the candle itself is 10.75 points. My rule, again, like I put the posted right here, don't trade candles over 10 points for the algo. And I'm just gonna follow that, stick with it. I don't care if it ends up dropping. Like, let's see. Well, now this might be a better opportunity. This I like. We ended up pushing back up. There's no price confirmation there. On this move, I might potentially be able to get in. We'll see. Depends on if it wants to push down or not. Yeah, Chris, that's very important, man. Like, trading what you see is more important than what you think is gonna happen. Like, you can have an opinion, but don't let your opinion cloud your judgment, right? That's a big mistake because a lot of people think, oh yeah, the market's gonna go up, but then guess what? It can go down, right? And at any point, so we just gotta be prepared and have that mindset of, hey, I'm literally here to ride the wave of whatever is happening, and I'm just gonna give you in and out, especially for futures. During stocks, yeah, you can say, oh, it's gonna go up. I can put in my retirement portfolio and like wait 60 years. Enzo, are you trading the NQ that early in the morning or the ES? I feel like NQ you might be able to walk away with some quick stuff, but ES is probably a lot slower, right? Yeah, but right now it's just pushing back up. We'll see if we can get a nice little reversal happen. But this morning I did make an application to create another Tradeovate account. Simply for the purpose of only doing micros on that account and doing swing plays. And that I'll make a YouTube video of every single play I'm in. And to show you guys, like, because like when you take swing plays on NQ, I'm literally going to be trading the NQ because most markets always are in sync. NQ is just profitable in the micros. So with one contract at least, right? So we'll see how that goes. I'm waiting to hear back from them. I mean, I only did it this morning, like minutes before I started the stream, so probably by mid of next week after they approve and I transfer funds, I'll have the swing trade account set up, and that account will pretty much only take like 2 to 3 trades per week because they'll all be traded on the hourly charts and swing trading the micros. And that's purely just based on the algo like signals on the hourly charts because I like the way the signals come on the hourly charts, man. That's how I do my all my swing positions for stocks. Right now, quick bounce through the 200 EMA. Let's see. I mean, if you went for the bounce play off of the 200 EMA, you would have got it immediately. I completely just forgot about that right there. But I'm looking for a bigger move. One trade, get me done. Fridays always are a hassle. Lower volume. And when market opens indecisive, that's when we know we might have a troublesome day. So this is the type of day you want to be careful. Like we got burned on Fridays before. A lot of people actually get burned on Fridays. They try to like think that something else is gonna happen, but they don't understand. Like most times, it wants to fall or it wants to just hop around. interesting to see when price is pushing up, but delta is pushing down. Morning, Warren. Yeah, man, the institutions like the algos that they have, they're kind of crazy because they literally feed off of the dome, and they will like be in and out, in and out, in and out, like ridiculous. Like once you start researching what like the institutions have, like obviously it's gonna cost us too much to get that type of algorithm, but they have ones. I know that they have ones for reading the dome and just looking at market orders, and that's why they say like don't use market orders, because the minute you enter a market order, within less than a second or a millisecond, right, it will try to push the market up so you get filled at a different price, so that it can take your profit off of like the little spread that it creates. Oh, sorry, Enzo. I was just asking, like, in the pre-market, are you just trading the NQ or are you trading the ES? Because I know, like, the NQ is probably easier to trade in pre-market, right? ES is a lot slower. Full dump action coming in. Delta's leading the way, like that. Right now. So pretty much on the NQ, we did get a sell alert. I believe it should have. Yeah, it was in the Discord. The alert popped up. The NQ is kind of selling off at the moment. ES still has to catch up to it. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, with this volatility, I guess the ES is pretty good because it does move a couple points. I remember last year, some days it would literally move like 2 points. It would take so long. But now it's like 2 points is nothing. It's like moving 10 points at once, 20 points at once. Yeah, right now, pretty much I'm just waiting for the ES to start tanking a little bit. Potential move. Possibly gonna pop up. Yeah, this is all just high wicks. Nice chop. Be very careful. Yeah, Dragon, I agree. It is just a rotation at the moment. It, I don't like how high the wicks are on everything. Not a fan. Yeah, these are the days I kind of just like to keep myself distracted. That way I don't force anything, right? What my prediction is, right? Essentially, we'll chop around a little bit for now, and then should eventually try to break the downside again. So that's what I'd be waiting for. That's what I would feel comfortable getting into. But if the market decides to just rip through, find a play there, then sure, I don't mind getting in there. But the way it's performing right now, right, with the whole downtrend from the overnight session and the way it's continuing that, I do think that it's essentially just going to be pushing down. It's just a matter of waiting it out, letting it cool down a little bit, find some momentum. That's when we'll get in. You guys are trading in this market and profiting. Props to you because I don't like trading in this type of market where it's like all high wicks, just chopping around the same price. That's not for me. That's not the way I trade. This is a normal Friday scenario, guys. I would just be patient.
And Q is really trying to push up, guys. We're still testing our key level and the 200 EMA, guys. So, my opinion is still that it should potentially still fall. But hey, anything can happen, right? I'm not gonna let my opinion take me out of a good trade. So let's see.
Delta piling up. Yeah, I will be careful of false breakouts. In these situations, that's when we see them happen the most. When we see higher wicks, false breakouts tend to happen. Short term top zone, right? Say it's from here to here. And remember, this isn't just like the morning 15-minute range. It's more like a chop zone area that I drew out. Price is just, volume node to volume node, high volumes. It's just been sideways. Yeah, I'm gonna be very careful if I get into anything, to be honest.
What's up, Connor? Doing well. Right now, we're just waiting, and you know, NQ is starting to see a bit of a sell off. I'm obviously not trading the NQ. That thing's gonna bite me because of the drawdown and pullbacks that it has. But yes, I'm waiting for a move.
I mean, let me know, guys. Did you guys get into anything after market open today? Because I personally don't find anything interesting happening for me. And Connor, how's your trading been going, man? I know I haven't seen your name on the chat for a little bit. Dragon, you're waiting for the rotation to be over? Yeah, man. I'm trying to see if we can get some selling pressure to pop in. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm looking at the delta. I'm trying to wait for an algo alert. And we just got a new subscriber. Thank you for whoever subscribed. I really appreciate that. PD Money, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I've been trying to grow this as natural as possible. Safa, yeah, that'd be nice. Get to 100 first and then keep growing from there, right? Connor's, you scalped CBAT for 3% this morning. Okay, that's good, man. And all you need is like 1% a day of your account to grow. And that's when the compounding interest kicks in. And you'll start seeing the big profits. Yikes. ES is really selling off at the moment. So is NQ, guys. 1 second. I'll show you what I'm looking at on my screen, right? This is a huge candle. 16.5 points is the size. Obviously, per my rule, I will not touch this alert. Kills me to see this. I was waiting for a push to the short side, but what I'm hoping for, since it's kind of pretty much trying to break out of this range, right, that we had, pull back up into the price, then potentially come back. I would be okay with that entry, but right now, this sort of sell off with creating that big, I will not trade an alert candle of this size. I will have to risk too much. It's not worth blowing my profits away for one trade. Yeah, man, the YouTube algorithm is something I'm trying to learn more about. I've just been so busy, but I'm getting around to it. That Instagram, trying to grow that slowly. But my main focus is just trading and just giving people valuable content and helping them out in whichever way I can. Obviously, the alert for the ES, I'm not getting in this, guys. I don't care if it takes a complete dip. It's not worth the risk to reward right now for me. Yeah, and definitely agree. Focus on one channel is probably better. Take everything one by one, right? It's less of a headache then. Yeah, having subscribers grow daily and then everybody hitting that like button definitely helps me. So every time you guys hit the like button, I always appreciate it. You guys know that. I say it every day. But right now, guys, I'm really hoping that this can pull back up and then come down, make a smaller move. But this target, if it can continue, Like first target itself would be 17, 16 points, right? But with these type of candles, when we have like a big gigantic candle like that, what happens is price tends to pull back pretty fast, and that's what happened to us yesterday. We got burned by that. We learned our lesson. I made that post it. Now I just have to sit and wait. Yeah, Enzo, you are completely right, man. Like all the marketing stuff isn't my expertise. I know you're really good at that. I will take your advice from that. I will change up the titles after the streams are done. I think I'll keep it day trading futures live while I'm actually trading, and then once it's to end the stream, I will change it. I gotta learn more about the SEO stuff. So let's see what's happening in like the overall markets. Is there any news? It's always good to keep up with the news, especially as a trader, right? And again, we have to remember that we are still in September. September sell-off. September has always been a negative month overall. So it's like, keep that in mind, guys, when you're investing in September. Like the first article I see right now is like stocks are little changed as Wall Street heads for the fourth straight weekly loss. Guess what? The 4 weeks, September. PD money, yeah, that I'm not gonna do. I know I see people write that, and I'm like, I'm not one of them. I'm not here to rip people off or anything. I'm really just trying to help people out, create a win-win situation for both people, right? I love those people that say, "Oh, you can make 1,000% while you're sleeping." And yes, that is possible, but what about the risk that you're involved in? If you have to risk 100% of your capital to make that, then that's not really worth it. You're risking like 2% of your capital to make that. Okay, then by all means, if you can make that, go for it. But my plan for this channel is essentially first start off with the live trading, get like build that community. I want people to help each other out. That's why I created that Discord as well, so people chat, people can help each other out. Meet Kevin? Oh, but here, I'll go on YouTube right now and search it up. Right now, I'm not getting in on this, so I don't care what happens to that. Oh, this guy, yeah. Him and Graham Stephan, yeah. He grew his YouTube channel really well, actually. And he kind of just became like a news commentator at this point. I'm looking at his titles and everything. Yeah, I personally don't like using margin. I like trading cash, making sure like I have secured funds. I don't want to depend. I don't want to over leverage myself ever. That's my personal style of trading and life, right? I don't want to be over leveraged because things can happen. But yeah, man, people will kind of just listen to anything, right? As long as you have some fancy stuff in the background, you show a nice car, nice this, then people get attracted to that, and that's what they play off of. Why do you think you have all these like Instagram influencers and like YouTube people that literally, one, they can't afford the car that you're driving, but they'll rent it out and then they'll use it for the video just to get people to be like, oh, look how I made like 2 million in 1 month, and then even though they didn't,
and they'll be like, you can too by just buying this course for like $3,000. And then there's other people that are like, oh, I have a course that's worth $15,000, but I'm gonna give it to you for $9. I'm like, first of all, why would anything that was worth $15,000 be worth giving away for $9? Like that type of stuff is always like pisses me off. Yeah, man. I know a lot of people sell courses. That's one of the reasons why I created my course for completely for free. Spent a lot of time creating it. Obviously, I don't have these crazy effects in it, but it's more about having knowledge and content. That's what I care about. And that's exactly what I did. The course completely free. It'll always stay free. I'm not trying to profit off of other people's like non lack of education, right? My personal opinion, education should be free. Everything else on top of that, yeah, you can charge for because that's your own thing. But for education, like you can teach them because it's all about a Google search away. But yeah, they make pretty good money just selling their courses. They're like, oh, you should just use this. Oh, really? PD Money, thank you so much for letting me know that because nobody told me that just yet. The Instagram, that is so weird. Let me see if I can edit that right now. It works this time, hopefully. Okay. Yep. I fixed the link. If you click it now, it should do it. I think it was just missing a couple letters when I copy pasted the link the first time. My bad about that. Like the first time I clicked it, it did work originally. I don't know what happened after that. PD Money again. Thank you, man. Like I appreciate letting me know about that. That wasn't working. A lot of people wouldn't have let me know. So thank you. Dragon, yeah, it's 100 point rotations. It is a wild ride. You just gotta be very careful, man. Yeah, let me just make sure I got the other. I think the course link work. Yeah, the course link. That's Discord working. PD Money, thank you so much. That actually means a lot to me. Like even though you don't use it, like you'll give me a follow. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I will be posting more stuff on there. I have been creating content for it. My plan is create all the content first and then just post one every day or every 2 days, you know. Creating content's kind of hard, man. Like I've been trying to sit there and do it. Like it's easier to talk about everything and show people, but then like when you're trying to create nice visuals that people like for Instagram, I'm just like, this takes a lot of time.
Yeah, guys. So pretty much, like I said before on the charts, right? For yeah, Algo alert came. Obviously, we weren't gonna trade it. Good thing it didn't hit. And right now, pretty much just pulled back completely. And that happens when we have big drops like that, right? And overall, starting to push up a little bit. NQ is definitely trying to lead the market at the moment, but we'll see. We might still be locked in that rotation, right? Like you guys said before, false breakouts. This is a perfect example of false breakout. We drew out our little chop zone range, broke out of it, pulled right back in. Same thing can happen again right here, right? There's no guarantee that it can push through completely. We have to wait for confirmation if you did want to get long here, but pure size of the candles and the amount of drawdown you'll required to have for these moves is something that personally I don't like that risk profile. If it's gonna like take a good, if I have to risk a good chunk of my capital for this just to make a small profit, it's not worth it. I'd rather just wait for the day when it's like an A plus setup, go for those. Dragon, yeah, you can scalp on the opposite of my entries if you wanted to. Like, say if you was breaking above this, right? That means like this signal was a false signal. That pretty much indicates that, hey, we're going to continue the upside, and I have done that multiple times. I normally just wait for this move and then continue it because I have like pure measured moves, right? Where it'll tell me my targets and I place my orders. I can step away. But when these type of situations happen, I have gone for the reversals because I know then, hey, this is weak. It was just a quick trap the buyers wanted to make, and it's going to push up. And I have done that before. It works pretty well, actually. And yeah, you can use it. But that only works when it's a false signal, right? Because price pretty much just it was a trap. That's why we wait for candle close and we wait for one tick below for our entries to avoid these traps. That's why those rules are in place. But yeah, you can go for a quick scalp off of if it's like crossing the high of the signal candle, right? Let's see what the delta is doing. I am very keen on the delta plays right now because they have been working out pretty great. Obviously, I wouldn't trade it on any type of candle like this, but when the candles are less than like 5 points, then I see the delta working out pretty great. Because like these green and red bars on the delta, they're pretty much the high volume, high moves, high pressure stepping in, right? So we're just like looking for a continuation of that pressure. See, like, hey, got the red delta bar right here. Go for a quick point. That's what I did here. You always want to wait for the break below of whichever candle. Why do I always wait for break below? I hate getting caught in double tops and double bottoms. Happens a lot. So to avoid that, I have that one tick rule with the futures. Been using the cross all morning. Yeah, man, it does work. The 21.5 EMA cross works beautifully. Gotta make sure you're also paying attention to everything else, right? Sometimes if it gets choppy, that's when you want to be very careful. But again, pretty much nothing really works well in chop, right? Twitch, and now I'm like looking through this guy's channel and like there's 859,000 subscribers, 1,000 videos. He's literally just giving like financial advice, yeah. But he doesn't really have a financial background. I mean, he could have learned it. I don't know. I haven't watched his videos crazy or anything like that. I personally always do my own research. And that's what I recommend for everybody, right? Always do your own due diligence and trust what you're going to do, because at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. And you're always going to be responsible for everything that happens, right? Yeah, if you're going for that quick 1 point, then yeah, you will get that 1 point. Especially in this market, Enzo, that 1 point's like very easy to get. I'm literally just waiting for my scalp, like my scalp alerts as well as my regular alerts, my algo alerts. Because that's the trading system I've built for myself, and so that others can use as well. But that way, I'm not taking too many trades. I just wait for one good move, get more than enough profit than I would have just been scalped, waiting for quick scalps every single time. So it's like, that's why I prefer trading the algo system. But I do take a couple scalps here and there, depending on like the way I like the move. Trailblazer, I have taken one trade. It was pre-market at 920 just for 1 point. If you see these arrows right here, that's when I've always been in a trade. Like, I didn't do much. I was just testing out the delta play right here, because I have been talking about the delta since yesterday and understanding. I've been back testing this theory. Whenever you get the high delta pressure, you see like the red or green, you go for a quick 1 point, easy fill at the break at the bottom of the signal, right? Pretty much. And it was just for $50, like nothing crazy today. Right now it's just been choppy. But yeah, my performance center, I always show this. I have nothing to hide. Some days will do great, some days will be slow, but that's part of trading. I will not try to force a trade every day. That's just not me. Did I break some of my rules sometimes? Yeah, I'm human. But when I follow my rules, that's when I see those nice results. Got a quick scalp on the ride up. That's good. I mean, here, we can pull up a new chart quick to, yeah. Averages, exponential. We'll do 21, that blue, and we'll add exponential 5, make that white a little bit. Use my alert on that one. Okay, good. pretty much make this nice and easy. Delta down a little. So pretty much the theory behind the 21 and 5 EMA cross is essentially just going for quick plays, quick scalps. Whenever you see this cross happen, enter, go for a quick point on the ES. Works beautifully, especially if you're a scalper. But what you want to make sure is when you're doing this, make sure your candle closes, right? That's very crucial. You want 1 minute? Yeah, we can go 1 minute and then here, let me just get rid of this box. Okay. So even 1 minute, I should change this to. You can see, get that cross at 1020. The high of the candle was at 32.25. Go for 1 point, 33.25. Perfect. See, did it work here? Cross happened here. We got in at 32.30.75. Point 32.75. Point right there. This was the cross here. Obviously, if you know price action, you don't like to trade on those. And regardless, even if you put your order at the high of the candle, you wouldn't have got filled because it turned around. It's okay. And even here, right? Even though kind of a choppy area between 956 and the 1 minute, you still got that 1 point that you're looking for. Another 1 point here, right? High was 32.34.75. Go for 35.75. Got filled. And then we enter pre-market, and that's when it's lower volume, so you have to be more careful. So this is the cross, but guess what? Price never crossed the next candle. So I would have personally not taken it. Here, worked out. Here, worked out. Now we're entering complete pre-market. I know, Enzo, you like trading the pre-market. Me personally, I like to wait for volume to kick in after market open. I'll get in pre-market if I see a very good move, but most times I try to stay away from them. But even here, right, you would have made that 1 point. There's a big move at 5 a.m. Yeah, let's check it out. Market's kind of just not. I don't see anything I like at the moment in the market, so that's why we can talk about all these strategies that you guys can utilize for yourself. Yeah, 5 a.m. pretty much pumped up, bounced off of that 200 EMA. Boom. From there, 5:15, nice sell-off. That is a very nice move, actually. Like, you could have went for that quick scalp and been done, or if you want to hold, you can, but I personally, if you're trading 1 minute, you better be scalping. Oh, another thing that you should keep in mind is that 200 EMA, right? You're looking for the 5 and 21 to cross, but you use the 200 EMA as the trend direction. So if it's under the 200 EMA, you want to make sure you're looking for down plays and not going for like moves to the upside. And the reason I say that is because like when we're below and we're following that trend, we're more likely to succeed when we're keeping with the trend, right? The trend is your friend. There's a reason why they say that. Like right here, you went for the cross, you wouldn't have got the move. Here, right? You might have not actually got. Yeah, you wouldn't have got that 1 point. Because overall trend is down. So if we went for this one right here, Look at that. You would have made your 1 point. Yeah, you could have made your point here, but you're following the trend. Here, wouldn't have got filled, so you're safe. It depends, right? You can trade against it because like 1 minute, obviously it's fluctuating a lot, especially if the volatility is higher. But in the 5 minutes, I know I tried to stick with the like 200 EMA and follow that trend. Looks like we are trying to form a nice upward move. So we might see some resistance happening around here again. 32.37, that's a key area. Not just because of the 200 EMA, but it's like if the 21 EMA comes to 200 EMA, we might hear some like resistance happening there, right? We can push through. Great, we are finally making that move to the upside. But then guess what? What you have to keep in mind? It's a Friday. What happens on Fridays? It starts to act funky. We've seen that happen. Obviously, we broke through that range. There's no confirmation of a trend reversal, right? Like even if I go back to my 5 minute charts, we've been pushing up. This was our range. We broke through. We held above it. Yeah, now we can potentially just keep pushing up, right? Let's see where our key levels are. We have a key level at 32.55. Can go for a bounce play off of that, but the reason I wouldn't be is because overnight it already tested it. I like going for the first test. And then, like I was talking about the delta play before, right? Green delta bar, go for a quick point. Simple, easy method to follow. Could have got your 1 point. We just got another subscriber. Yeah, we did. Trailblazer, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that, man. But yeah, guys, if you ever want to know about something or want me to make a video on the markets or something you want to like understand the topic, please let me know. I'm more than happy to share my knowledge with you. Like I've spent so much time reading, understanding, like learning, like everything's stored up here. I'm more than happy to release it out. Thank you, Trailblazer. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you have ever any questions about something or like, oh, I want to learn about a simple strategy or a swing strategy or just understand the market as a whole, one, I do have that course that explains the A to Z's of the markets, but if you have specific topics that you want me to talk about, let me know. I'm more than happy to create a video on it. Like if people are going to tell me that it's going to help somebody, I'm more than happy to do it. I literally just pulled up like the YouTube homepage, and like one of the things I see as like a thumbnail is one person saying how I lost like 500,000 in one trade. Like, why are you risking 500,000 on one trade to begin with? And like that, I just know that's like complete clickbait. But I guess that's what everybody on YouTube has to do, right? All these clickbaits just to get them in. Not my style, but speaking of losses, do you have a daily threshold? Yeah. So I personally don't like to lose more than 700 to 1,000 in any given day. If I ever hit 1,000, I will literally shut everything down, turn off the computer, walk away, because that is dangerous territory. Because like that's my limit that I grew to. I grew my account to a size where I can risk $1,000 per day and still be okay with it. But that's for futures. Let me make that clear. Like for futures, I'm okay with $1,000 per day. But obviously, I never really hit 1,000 ever. Actually, it's been a very long time since I've hit $1,000 like a losing trade for $1,000. I've had one for like 500 yesterday, but that was my mistake completely. I had to pay for it. I was like, I was like legit saying like, no, I shouldn't be doing this, but I did it anyway, and I paid the price. But that's a part of life, right? Just how you make those mistakes. But most of the times, like if I even hit like $500 in a loss, I'll most likely be very cautious and just wait it out. But I'm not gonna be risking too much. There will be days where I'll get like 1,700, 2,100, 3,000, but then I'm still not risking too much. Like that's one of the reasons like why I built my whole algo out, right? Or the risk reward ratio, because like it calculates my risk reward for me. That way I'm always in a good position that even if say you fail in a couple of the trades, your risk reward makes it up for you, right? Like for example, let me show you. So on the ES, this was the short alert that came in at 5:15, right? So let's pull out our handy dandy risk reward ratio tool. Our entry would be right there, right? We'll put our stop loss as the max stop loss. But so even if I went for my first take profit level, my risk reward is 0.67. Don't really like that. I like to go for my second take profit, which is gives me 1.33. But then if I try to wait it out, my take profit level 3, my risk reward ratio is 2.04. So I'm always getting a higher reward than I'm risking. That's and risk to reward ratios are a very important part of trading. I don't know why so many people skip over that aspect. That's why I made part of a big section of my course actually too. I talk about risk to reward a lot and how important it is. Because you can literally win 50% of your time, 50% of your trades, and still be profitable with a good risk to reward ratio. A lot of people get too caught up in the win rate and everything, but about how much you're taking home at the end of the day, not how many times you're winning. You could win 100% of the time and still be broke. Well, not well. If you win 100% of the time, that's a false statement. You can win like 80% of the time, 90% of the time, and still like if you're risking too much, you still end up going broke. That's why managing risk reward very important. That's why I follow the system, and the way I do it is simply, as always as explained, is just once it's take profit level 1, I move my stop to break even, and then I'll just ride it out to the next take profit levels. And if I see any type of, you know, choppiness or anything happening, or if I think there's a reversal, I'll take it off at level 2, and then I'll follow it to level 3 if I think, hey, the market's still in good conditions to just keep dumping. I'll hold, but my stop's already a break even, so I'm not losing anything at that point, right? So if I'm not going to be losing anything and I can go for a bigger profit, why not? That's like the whole reason I built out this algo. Like, make sure your risk reward perfect, and you just follow a simple system. Yeah, you're not gonna get trade every 5 minutes, but that's not the things I want, right? Like before I started streaming, like I used to do a lot of other things, and I just had this alert. I'd have my speakers on loud, get the alert, I'll come pull up to my computer, and then boom, I put the trade in, and then I'll let it be. When I'm streaming, this might not be like the best thing because it's like, people want to see a trade happen and everything, but sometimes you just gotta wait it out. Right now, obviously, we got this alert, but we wouldn't have entered. Why? One, it broke one of our conditions is don't ever trade a signal candle over 10 points. Two, well, it never broke through, right? The next candle never went below by a tick. So we would have entered at 32, 1575 here. And that's because we want to avoid double bottoms and double tops. But right now, pretty much just pumping up nicely. Might see a nice little pullback down here. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, Trailblazer or PD Money, if you guys wanted to test out the algorithm, I'm more than happy to give you guys a free trial with everything. You can just DM me on Discord. More than happy to set it up for you. All I need is your TradingView username so that I can grant access to you. I know a few people from the YouTube have reached out, set it up for them. They like it. And like, I don't know if you guys heard me earlier this morning, I did like apply to create a new account with Tradeovate again to specifically only trade micros on that account and swing trade them. You don't have real-time trading view? Okay. Uh do you use TradeStation or Tradeovate when you're trading futures? If you have Tradeovate and TradeStation, they are integrated with TradingView, so you can log in at the bottom. Like you see on my screen right here, right? I have the TradeStation account linked because I trade my stocks right on TradingView. You can get live data feed from them. I believe it's a free perk. So if you log in, you should have a live data feed. If you open like the trading panel at the bottom, or you can click this arrow, it should let you pop it up. If you log in there, you should have live data. Yeah, you would have live data from TradeStation, but on TradingView because they're all like connected now. Yeah, man, take a look at it whenever you want. But I know it's like that's what I did. Like I had well, I also have like the premium account, but when I linked my TradeStation and everything, well, my data was always live, like no issues. Yeah, Trailblazer, like, yeah, if you want it, you don't want it, but that's fine. I was just offering it for free. You guys can test it out. You guys can use it. TradingView is universal. Like, I'm sure you can use it from any country, so you can use it. And it works on stocks. It's not just built for futures, right? Like one of the things I show you guys, like TQQQ, like that's one of my favorite ETFs. Great returns. Apple, I love that, and Nvidia, Facebook, love those. And I just swing trade them on the hourly charts. And just the same thing I'm gonna do with like the MNQ, right? 1 second, let me just pull up the micros chart that I'm gonna be starting my account for. So the whole purpose of like the micros account is just to show people like you don't need to sit in front of your computer to make money. All you need is a good system and just follow it diligently, right? So here, this is the micros, MNQ, 1 hour charts, and I'll show you. We got the alert from the algo. I'll manually draw it out. Stayed in the trade. Get a profit of 413.25. And what is that equal to? What is micros values again? 2, right? 1325 times $2, I believe, for micros. 826 off of one contract. Yeah, so Dragon, yeah, $2, yeah. I'm used to just trading ES, that's why like, I know that, but I think micros for NQ, they did a different breakdown for it. Same thing again, like here, I don't hate this one. This one you wouldn't have got filled in, that's okay. So in this situation, you would, and when you're swinging, you follow the rules, right? So hit take profit level 1, we move our stop to break even. Hit take profit level 2, we move our stop to level 1. With that, obviously we wouldn't have got this move. I'm not going to make false results here. I'm always honest. You would have been taken out in this play for 142.75 points. 142 times 2, was that 280? $280. That was just from 18th around 9 a.m. till 21st. I think there was a weekend in between, right? Yeah. Same thing here. This is the 1 hour chart, guys. Like, it's super simple. And in this one, you would have pretty much taken it at level 3 because at take profit level 1, you move your stop to break even. At take profit level 2, you move your stop to level 1. At take profit level 3, you're taking your profit. It never bounced back up all the way, right? On that move, would have got 313, so it's an extra $600. That's just trading one contract too. The whole point I'm going to be doing this is just to show that, you know, I know people have their jobs still and have like their 9 to 5s and everything else going on in their life, but swing trading in the 1 hour charts is something that anybody can manage because all they have to do is wait for the alert and, you know, trade it. And I think I'm not even gonna put too much into the micros account. I want to show people that you can grow the small account. These futures, they have nice swings. especially when we're in like that bullish market that we always were for the past couple years. Like those swings were nice, beautiful every time. Finally getting some selling pressure coming in like that. Please do be aware that our overall trend is still down, guys. Like, here, let me just. I know, like, the chart's a bit messy at the moment because I'm showing you all the data from the previous. But if we just draw a quick line, connect the tops, kind of broke through trend, pull back down. We'll see. Wants to continue up after it breaks below. That'd be a nice indication of a trend reversal happening. But if not, going right back down. Yeah, right now we're potentially just waiting for a nice little reversal to happen. We can come push down again. I would like to see that, midday sell off. It happens on Fridays. We're here to catch it. We're prepared. We're just waiting, man. We have to be patient on one of in these days because, like, you know how many times people get burned on Fridays. Only go for your A plus setups, or else don't trade. Not worth it. That's when we lose, right? And if you're new to the channel, give it a like. I'll be more than happy with that. Like, appreciate that. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, that would be great because I saw that our viewing count started to finally start going up a little bit. I'm happy. That's good news on a Friday, right? Even though the markets are kind of annoying. Oh, and Trailblazer, if you're still watching, you can check out the free course down below because you said you're new. I talk about all the things about trading, strategies, risk reward, psychology, etc., etc. It's all free, man. I'm not going to be charging you for anything. Don't worry about that. I'm not here to sell a course or anything. I sell my algo, which is true, but that's because that took a lot of time, a lot of effort, and cost me a lot of money to build out. Let's see. Nothing crazy on the seller pressure on the delta either. Yeah, I have the algo up on my trading view chart on the side. So when I have this is the algo, right? Nice quick sell alert and everything. The moving average that I'm using is a 200 EMA, like that you see on, sorry, over here, 200 EMA. And then if you're asking about the moving averages that we were talking about before, the crossovers and everything, Roby, um, those were the 21 EMA and the 5 EMA. And those are going for quick scalp moves and every time they cross over, right? Yeah, right now I'm waiting for the algo alerts to come up. If they do, it's not built to just pop out alerts every 5 minutes. It's built to find proper moves that can make you good money, right? What was it on Tuesday or did I get my? It was Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Got an alert and just going for that first big profit level. I got 700 from it. If I stayed in, I would have walked away at 2100, and I wasn't even risking too much. But yeah, overall, this yellow line right here is the 200 EMA. It's just a simple way of understanding the direction of the trend. But then obviously, you also want to pay attention to pivots, pivot lows, pivot highs. Pay attention to higher highs, lower lows, lower highs, all that. That's just pure just reading the charts, right? Basic chart reading. Yeah, the S&P does move slowly, so it's like if you want to trade the NQ, obviously it moves a lot faster, but then you can change up the time frames too, right? For my style of trading, I like to just wait and then go for a big move. I'll go for scalps here and there, but I'm not here to just scalp every single second. That's not what I'm looking for. Because when I do my like trade journals and like review all my trades, I notice that when I just trade the algo, I get a lot more profit than if I just go for like quick scalps. Because with this quick scalps, when things reverse on you, you lose out and you're stuck. You're trying to bring it back up. So, good morning, George. Glad to have you here. But yeah, like the delta play I was talking about earlier this morning, waiting for green or red, following that direction, right? This is the cumulative delta. Not using anything crazy here. Um, but the way I use it's different, right? Understand where the high pressure is coming in. This is where the high pressure was coming in from the buyers. And since then, if you want to go for a quick point, you could have, or you could have ride it out for a couple points. Depends on you. But So George, I am a funded Top Step trader, but then I am creating another TradeAvate account just to trade micros so that I can swing them. I don't know if you were here for that previous discussion before or not. But yeah, I'll be having both accounts. Right now, the one I stream with is the Top Step account. Okay, so I'll just give a quick recap, right? So pretty much what I was talking about before was I'm this morning actually I applied for another TradeAvate account, create a new one just to trade micros simply, right? Only micros. And with the micros, what I'm going to be doing, I'll make the YouTube videos tracking all my trades as well, but I'm just going to be trading the NQ micros in the 1 hour time frame, following the algo, showing you how you can get a couple extra $100 a week just trading one contract by swinging it in the 1 hour charts and just following the algo system, right? Like the simple brief about the algo system, like I was saying before, you get the alert, you get your take profit levels, and then you move your stops every time the take profit level gets hit. Sorry, been talking for a while, so it's like my throat's finally starting to give up on me. But simple algo, boom, take profit level 1, move your stop to break even. Take profit level 2, move your stop to level 1. Take profit level 3, you take all your money out, take profit, and walk away. This is the ES, but 1 hour charts NQ works the same way. Algo is built to do the same thing. But those videos, I'll be making them once, TradeAvate comes back to me, and they tell me I'm going to put my money in there, and I'll have my real money in it. But with Top Step, this is their money. Like I passed their combine, got their money, got funded from them. So pretty much all the money I'm risking on Top Step is not really mine, but it is mine, if that makes sense. He's like the initial capital isn't mine, but the profits are mine. So me preserving it, I treat it like my own money. But I just gotta wait for my moves to happen, man. Some days the moves happen later on in the day. Some days they happen early in the morning. That's why I have my alert set up. Get to my phone, boom, I look at them, and then other days it's just like I'm just sitting here for fun. Yeah, if you just subscribe to my channel, you'll be able to follow me on that, and possibly by the mid next week, I will start making videos on the micros, tracking every single trade. It will be a completely new account. Probably won't put more than like, how much do you need for micros? You don't even need much to start with micros. Maybe we can make like a $1,500 account or a $3,000 account challenge, right? For micros, I think that's more than enough for micros. It's not like stocks or anything where you need more capital. Yeah, pretty much ES is just still pushing up. Nothing crazy in the news still. I seriously want to know what happens to TikTok. Because that's a very big platform, guys. It's unreal, like the growth that can bring for people, and like the advertisement like avenue for the companies as well. Like I know Oracle was making a deal, Microsoft was trying to get a deal, like Walmart at one point wanted it. It's like we'll see what happens with it, but whoever picks it up, they're gonna get some good revenues. We are approaching our key level at 32.55. Let's see. Should bounce off of it for a quick point right now. And it did, from 32.55 all the way down to 53. That's 2 points. I normally go for these bounce plays, but the only reason I didn't today is because it was tested it multiple times overnight. So every time it tests it, that level gets weaker. Oh, we're getting a nice little delta push here. At pretty much at 32.53.75. Went for that point off of the delta, like I was talking about. Should possibly just push through this, to be honest. Could have got that 1 point in between right here. But overall, let's see. We should be able to push through. Let's see what happened overnight when it was testing it. Trailblazer, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? What do you mean? What's the story? Like, what do you want to know? How do I go from being a realtor to day trading? I didn't go from being a realtor to day trading. I've been day trading and I do real estate on the side. Being a realtor is not my full-time thing at all. Like, it's always been on the side for me. It's always been a part-time thing for me. Yeah, so I was a day trader for a long time. Like, I went to school for finance. I worked at financial institutions. Um, so like finance and trading has always been in my thing. Real estate has always just been on the side for me because I like the avenues. I like the fact of investments because that's what mainly got me into trading, right? Learning about investments when I was like going to college for finance and management information systems, learning about tech, finance, everything. Um, Trading has always been the one thing that I always had in my mind, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I've been doing. Real estate, it real estate has been very new to me actually. I've only gotten into it since like 2019. But trading and everything, that started way back when, like 2013, 2014. Yeah, I was always on the finance side of things and then real estate side. I'm still trying to figure real estate out. I'm not saying like, I'm an amazing real estate person or anything like that. Still figuring out. My main focus has just been like trading all the time. But I know I'll figure my way around real estate as well. Take some time, like everything else. I'm in New Jersey. So 6 to 7 years in the market, past 3 years for the trading. and Top Step was getting funded for Top Step and everything, learning futures and everything on that side was 2019. Early 2019, around January or so. That's when I got into futures, Top Step, all that. Oh, PD money, that's nice. Yeah, you're not far away from me then. Like, New York is close by. I mean, that happens with a lot of people in real estate, right? Like, we get our license, but then sometimes it doesn't match our schedule, or we don't have that right motivation for it, and it doesn't take our priority. Oh, you did commercial. Okay. Yeah, commercial has some good money in it, but it takes a while, right? And quick question, Trailblazer, how did you know I was a realtor? I don't think I have that in the description, do I? I mean, I'm sure you could just Google my name, it'll probably pop up, right? Yeah, Google. Okay. That's what I figured. I was like, okay. I don't really talk about real estate stuff here at all. Yeah, but I'm still trying to figure out the real estate game, man. You had a friend that got you into commercial and then you were exclusive brokers for many retail places? Oh man, that's nice. Having that commercial connection is very good. Yeah, Jersey does have a lot of dry cleaning places, that's for sure. At least like 2 or 3 in every town, right? Yeah, especially now, it's a bit tougher, especially for commercial. But if you're selling regular houses, they're going fast. But the only hard part is finding people to sell because they don't have anywhere to buy. Oh, your brother sold a house in Edison last year. Okay, that's not too far. PD money, how was that? Were you working on Wall Street, or were you like, or working in the like back office kind of situation? Yeah, that's a big shift. Jersey to Atlanta. Oh, okay. I understand PD money. But yeah, man, like trading can be very frustrating at times. Crazy when internet's stuck. Great. I mean, yeah, dude, that happened to a lot of people. Like I remember I was reading all like the articles about that time of tech bubble and everything, and it was just like, I mean, that happens with every bubble, right? Same thing. People were making tons of money during like 2008, 2007, right? But then boom, crash happens, they lose everything. Same thing happens over and over again. It's just a cycle. That's why we have to pay attention to the overall trend. Yeah, right now it like people were even saying like the US dollar is losing value, one, and two, this can just be like a gigantic pullback. But not essential because we broke through our previous pivot highs, right? In the daily charts. And with that, the only thing you have to consider now is our economic conditions. And one of the reasons why we are still pumping the market like this is because election year. Politics are very influential on everything, right? They want to make sure the market's doing well so that they can get reelected or win. They don't want to say, hey, like, oh, you were the president, you crashed the economy. Why would we want you back, right? That's an easy thing for people to say. So they really want to pump the market, and then the Fed, with all of its things going on, where they're just like kind of just winging it at this point. They're just like, oh, we'll just see what happens. They're like, we'll play with it. I'm like, you really shouldn't be playing with inflation like that because once you enter hyperinflation, you get pretty screwed over. There's been a lot of countries that had hyperinflation and then boom, they get screwed over. Only thing we have in control is one, we have a lot of control over a lot of countries, as well as just having the high military and then having the gold standard, gold reserves placed here. You have a lot of other things, a lot of smaller things that make a big impact on the rest of the world. And the way the US dollar is used, right? Used globally as like an index currency. So keeping our market strong is important, but it's okay to have those mini crashes or a crash just because it's part of the market. What goes up must come down and it has to happen. But the way we like bounced back in a few months like this, it's still mind-boggling. Yeah, PD money. The music will eventually stop. I'm predicting that it's probably gonna be after the elections, because then they're like, oh, we have control. Okay, we can let this thing drop now. As long as they have power, that's all they care about, right? That's why I don't like politics. Not a fan at all. I didn't take any option plays this week at all, but I did take a short play on the ES on Wednesday, was it? Here, pull it up. My exact trade. Yeah, Thunder. I agree. It's always like the long, like, wrong people going for power. But here, 1 second. I just want to answer their question and show them the trade. I still haven't gotten an alert, proper alert for today, but this was my trade on Wednesday, September 23rd. Took around 125, 130. I mix up military time all the time. So my personal trade was just from here to here. Walked away with like 700. I only went for this because I want to be out and done because it was too late in the market. I want to be out of the house. So I took my profit at level 1. But if you follow the system, you would have went to level 3. Never pulled back to any of the levels. You would have walked away with 2250. But my personal profit, because I traded 2 contracts, right? It was like 7 points that day. Walked away at 700. I posted the profit in the Discord channel. It's okay if you're just lurking, man. Like, it's nice to have everyone here. I like the fact that we have a lot more viewers, and if you guys could please hit that subscribe button and that like button, I would really appreciate it because, I'm really trying to grow here. And obviously, hitting that like and subscribe button never costs you a bit. So yeah, I do use the Heikinashi charts because they're easier, one, to understand what the trend is and everything. But then if I'm trying to scalp, then I will be using regular candlesticks. But when I'm just trying to go for bigger plays, I will be on the Heikinashi charts. Right now, we're still slowly pushing up. We can get a nice reversal candle. I'd be happy with that. But again, guys, it's very important not to force a trade just because we get bored by staring at the screens and everything. I think that's one of the main reasons why I built this algo out, is because that way you don't have to stare at your screen. Just wait for the alert. At least keep your phone on you. And just look at your computer once you get that alert. It's all about just setting and forgetting, right? That way you're in it. You're not playing around with your emotions, because the minute I see a lot of people when they're trying to go for bigger plays, their emotions really come out and they're like, oh, they start questioning themselves. Like, they're completely right. Like, their analysis was right, their moves were right, but then they're like, oh, I don't know, this might come down, this might come down. I just want to lock in this one point, 2 points, when you could have profited like 10 points. Like, they get, what's the proper word for this? Their judgment really gets clouded the minute that their money's in the market. Yeah, man, 21 people viewing. I'm very happy. So thank you guys for watching right now. I actually really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so Enzo is using the algo. Thank you, Enzo. Glad to hear that. Everybody has different types of trading styles, man. So it's like you can use it in all different time frames. You just have to adjust it to what you're doing. Like for example, if I was using the same algo in the 1 minute charts, yeah, we would have had some great moves today. But I like to stick with the 5 minute charts because that's where I personally have my most success because I can set it, give it some time, look away, and just walk away at the profit. Like for example, right now I'll show you the ES in the 1 minute charts, right? So there was an alert on the ES on 1 minute charts at 11:09, 32:47. You want to write it out completely, following the same steps. Could have. That would give you a nice move. 7.5 points. Follow our 1 tick rule. Always enter 1 tick above our entry price, right? 32.47.50 was our entry price. We enter at 1 tick above at 32.47.75. 7.25 points of profit on that one. Same thing here. 1 minute at 10:19, there was an alert. Hit all three. Do the math real quick. 15-point move on that one. Risk to reward 2.07. 9.55. It was choppy. Obviously, when it's choppy, nothing's gonna work properly. I'm not only gonna show you the moves that it worked out, right? I'm showing you the moves that it didn't work as well. Make sure you guys understand what's going on. Like here, it moved up, but it lost momentum, so you should have got out. Whenever it loses momentum like that, and you see the shift, like seller stepping in, it's a good time to just close your position and wait for the next alert. You had to change your attitude. 1 point gain is better than a 3 point loss. Trying to hope the market in the right direction. That's great, Enzo. Really happy for you, man. This is exactly why I created this, man. Like, I want to help people, like, trade in the markets properly. Like, yeah, there are times when, if it's choppy, like, yeah, I'm sorry, like, nothing will work. That's why I stick to the 5 minutes to avoid, like, choppy situations more. Because I get burned in the 1 minute charts like this. 5 minutes is where I get my biggest success, but obviously, you guys can see, I got 15 points here, 15, like 7 points here. Or you could just go for those quick 1 points. You would have got in on all of them, right? 1 point here, 1 point here, another 1 point here. So if you're using it to scalp, great. If you wanted the big plays, obviously, you gotta have to pay attention to everything that's going on. Make sure like the momentum continues. See, the thing there, PD money, is that a lot of people just want instant everything, right? So what with that mindset, it's like we look at the 1 minute, we look at the 5 minute charts, but then we need to have a strategy specific to those time frames. When you drop down to the 1 minute, things will get they will test your emotions a bit more, especially if you're not going for a quick play. If you're in the 1 minute, you better be scalping, and your trades better not be longer than more than 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes in the 1 minute chart is a lot of time. Let's see. I personally like the 5 minutes. Let me just. But I love trading the 1 hour because one, why do I do that? Because I don't have to look at the charts all day. Two, literally, I place my orders. And I forget them. I have my take profits. I have my stop losses. I'll come back at the end of the day, check in on them, and then boom, I'll be done. You would kill to stay in a trade for 5 minutes? Damn. So today we only had one quick scalp. Victor, I'm just being patient today, right? I'll show you my P&L. Where'd it go? I only took one trade, one quick scalp off of the delta, $50. Some days we just gotta be patient. Some days we'll get our nice alerts. Yeah, today it's just $50, man. Nothing crazy. Some days we'll get a couple hundred. Some days we have to wait. We might get a bigger move later on in the day. That's okay. Guys, what are you guys saying? I'm sorry, guys. My throat is. I mean, when you're trading the higher time frames, guys, like you have to be patient. Don't look at the charts 24/7. Go do something else. Like, sorry. Let me see if I can show you how do I trade my stocks, right? I trade them strictly in the 1 hour charts. I swing trade my stocks all the time. He's like, if you have your take profit and your stop loss set, then you really don't have anything to worry about. You shouldn't have to stare at your screen all the time, right? Here, this is an ETF that I trade all the time. EQQQ. Currently, it's still in downtrend, right? Obviously, it hit our take profit level 2. Took me out at level 1 over here. Because that I move my stops based on every time it hits the level. All I do is set alerts for the prices, and then I come back. If it hits it, then I'll move my stops. And I'll have my take profit at level 3, right? Like, obviously in this market, we're still waiting. It's kind of been slow. It's a bit choppy. But let's look at how it was for the past couple months, right? How we've been trading. These are the larger time frames, guys. It's much easier to read, right? Take this for you, right? Measure it out. What was the whole move on this one? 10.45%. Same thing here.
But the longer time frames, I like them because like I said, I can just walk away from the computer. You have to have faith in your own system that you've built out. If you want to follow this, you can. If not, have faith in the system that you built out. If you backtested it and it works, then run it through. Too many people wait when they're losing money, but then they run away when they're making money. E-money, judge, larger. I mean, everything sounds simple on paper, right? No, but I personally trade TQQQ a lot. Like, I go for every alert that I get from it, and I just stick it out. One, your risk to reward ratio is in your favor. Just write it out, and you're good. Like, all these the 10K account challenge that I was doing, Apple, FNGU, Tesla, Square. I look at all the alerts from them. Oh man, that blows. I mean, yeah, those type of things happen. That's just don't take that as a harsh thing. Just wait for the market to be in better conditions. Yeah, your system won't work every single day, right? You got to remember that. There is nothing out there that works 100% of the time. It does not exist. So if anyone tells you it works 100% of the time, it does not. Like, let me show you. Let me see. Where's my I have like complete backtesting results for 4 years from the algo. And in the 4 years, like this is Facebook, right? 77% win rate, 12 losses, 69 wins. This is from 2017, January of 2017 for Facebook. And starts off with $25,000 account, just reinvesting, right? You'd end up with 76,000, 305%, much better. But then if you go to some other stocks like Apple, same thing, 77% win rate since 2017. 4 years. I'm not just taking like 1 month or 1 day and just saying, oh, look at this crazy win rate. No, this is 4 years of data. This took a lot of time. See, going down, going down, going down. You just keep growing your account, just reinvesting. 430%. TQQQ. This is why this is one of my favorites because it's a 3x ETF. So for stocks, this is a really good one. 20 losses, 77 wins, 79% win rate on TQQQ. 25. If you started with a $25,000 account on January 4th of 2017 and just reinvested profits, right? Compounding interest theory. My data goes up to June 30th. I'll be adding more, but from 25,000 to 442,000 in 4 years. Have that chart in your Discord? What chart? Oh, you want the backtesting stuff? Yeah, I can put that in there. Yeah, no problem. I'll put that in today. I'll make a new section on the Discord for backtesting results and you guys can see it. And same thing, right? It's like Apple. What is it on Apple? 77%. Nvidia, 75%. So $25,000 to 231, 927% return. So this Excel sheet is the backtesting. This is all the Excel sheet is all backtesting. I can add the spreadsheet to the Discord, Enzo. No problem about that. I'll add that. That way everyone can look at it and look at it on their own screen, analyze it more properly. Yeah, so you guys, if you're not enjoying the Discord, you guys can join. Definitely have all the free stuff there. Yeah, this one's there, and then I have the go. These are all the trades from the algo itself, right? Where to go? Here. So July, the trades. If you follow the algo, this is all 5-minute time frames, guys. 5 minutes only. So 5-minute time frames, going for the alert, following the strategy perfectly. 75% win rate, net profit with trading 2 contracts, $15,125 in July. In August, 83% win rate, but only a net profit of $9,625, trading 2 contracts again. Your total winners in August were 11,525. Total losers were 1,900. In July and August, I was in most of the trades, same as September. I might have taken some out a bit earlier, but this is like following the system properly, right? So you just follow the rules and everything. This is September right now, the month that we're in. I have the data up till 9/23, right? Just 2 days ago. And pretty much $13,175 in profit, 75% right as of right now. But obviously this will change. Our biggest loss so far in the month, 575. I think even the biggest loss in any of these, 600 on July. Biggest loss in August was 400. But our gains, September, had some good trades from the algo here. Yeah, your biggest loss was 575. Your biggest gainer was 3,450. I'll add the futures one too. I think what I'll do is I'll make a Google Sheets link. That way, because I'll update it every month, right? That way you always have the most current data and every single month tracked, and that way you guys can see. But yeah, with stocks, and that's why I started the. I'm going to be starting the micros swing trading with a very small account, showing you that hey, it's very possible to grow your account. Only thing you have to watch out for when you're watching higher time frames, right? So if I just go to type in NQ contracts, obviously nice plays, 1-hour charts, but one thing you have to watch out for is if you're getting a sideways market, pay attention to that. Is when we start getting sideways in the higher time frames, that's very crucial to understand. It doesn't happen too often because most of the times we're just swinging up and up or down and down. But there are some times when we start becoming range bound in the hourly charts or the daily charts, and that's when you're gonna be very careful. But other than that, like most other times, you are pretty much fine. You guys can see the alerts every single time. Spot on. Down, 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 down. Like, yeah, this is a 1 hour for the NQ, right? Boom, 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 boom. And I know a lot of you guys trade micros. That's why I wanted to start the micros challenge and do that with a very small account. You don't really need much to start out with futures. So in the Excel sheet that I showed before, a good amount of them were actually the trades I get into because they're from the algo alerts, right? There's only a very few that I didn't get into because I think one of them were like a few of them happened later on in the day and I wasn't at my computer. but most of the trades I was in them. That's why I trade this live to show you guys, hey, like, I'm doing this in front of you. That's why I show up every morning, right? 5-minute charts. See, yeah, nothing yet, guys. I mean, some days we don't get an alert, and it's okay because I'm waiting for my setup. But you'll get access to the spreadsheets and everything. I'll post it tonight, like later on tonight, because I will be heading out pretty soon in like 3 minutes. I will hop off. This is way past, how long I normally stay, but yeah, I'll put everything in the Discord, all the backtesting results, all my live trades, and that's why I'm starting like the whole YouTube tracking, right, for the futures and micros. Like, even if you have work, if you even have anything, you can still trade. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't trade because I have to work. Like, let's be honest. If you have a 9 to 5, are you working continuously from that 9 to 5, or will you be taking a few breaks here and there? Like, if you have any job, right, you will be taking a few breaks. No human can do something for 8 hours straight without taking that break or getting distracted or doing something else just for a little bit, right? And you'll still be working for the most of the time, but you still have that time, especially if you just set up your alerts. That's the key thing with trading. Have your system, set up the alert for it, wait for it, and then do it. If you're just gonna stare at the charts, you better have crazy discipline, or else you will trick yourself into just taking a trade. You can't work because I have to trade. That's funny. I mean, that's a good way, yeah. I mean, I love trading, man. It's one thing that always just, even since I was like a kid, like in high school, like it was always where I wanted to be. I always wanted to do. So I'm happy. It was a long road, that's for sure. That is for sure. But we just have to keep getting up, keep going, keep learning. And then we become realtors. Yeah. I mean, because like the thing with trading is, right, once you build out your system, like once you're done with all the failure phase and everything, it's like most traders get kicked out of the business within the first year because they give up. After that 1 year, you start noticing the trend, you start analyzing, you're like, okay, I did this for so long. What am I doing wrong? What should I do to fix this? We finally start getting that aspect. And once you do that, like you start moving in the right direction. You start making your trading plan. A lot of people trade without a trading plan. I'm like, that makes no sense. If you don't have a plan, why are you putting money in? If you start a business, you have a business plan. You show that to your investors, you do that. And if you're buying a house, like you have a whole plan laid out. Like what do you have your contracts, what's the process, like how long is it gonna take? Like, all this. So with trading, for some reason, people are like, oh, let me just throw money into Apple or Tesla, or let me just throw it in, it'll go up, right? Oh, there's like a lot more to it. So that's why I hate it when I see those commercials like, oh, just do this. But once you pass that level and you finally create your system and you are following it, and you set up your alerts, that's when you get more time. That's when you can just sit back and you're more relaxed because you're like, hey, I just wait and boom. And then get in on your alert and you follow your system. If your system worked when you were testing it out and did everything, follow the exact rules for why it worked. You just called in sick to work till market close? Oh god. Yo, that, I mean, I don't blame you. Like I'm a fan of trading. Obviously, that's why I'm here. I do this every day. Like, But hopefully, Warren, you make out with some big profits today. Hopefully, you find some good plays so that you make that worthwhile for calling out of work. I mean, trading the volume profile method is a great way to trade, man. Thunder Koppelman. I'm sorry, I might mess up that name. I'm not the best with reading out names. But volume profile is a very good method. You just have to spend a good amount of time understanding how it works. It's not the easiest thing to pick up on. I'm happy, Warren, that this week has been good to you, man. That's great news. Victor, I'm located in New Jersey. What about you? Yeah, man, with trading, it does take some time, but then once you start taking out all the noise in trading, that's when you start to focus. Like, hey, you can really break down somebody's strategy pretty quick. Like, if somebody tells me something and they're like, oh, this is what I do, I'm like, okay, I can immediately tell, is this something that works or is this something that, hey, that still needs a lot of work to be done with? Yeah, Dunder. Volume profile, it will take you some time. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be something you pick up on immediately. It's a lot of practice. So if you take it into your simulator again and then start running it through, start understanding, that's when you do it. But I'm happy for Enzo too. He's sticking with his rules. That's what matters, man. Oh, you used to live in Hackensack? I have a couple friends living in Hackensack, and they're moving there soon too. It's a small world, right? Everyone's like always like connected somehow. Oh, Warren, you're from Honolulu. That must be nice. You had beautiful weather all the time. Right now, I'm preparing to. I started bringing out my sweaters. About to bring out my winter jackets and everything. Like starting like 3 days because it's starting to get cold again. 6 degrees of separation. Honestly, I think these simulations are helping a lot of people because they're definitely making a big impact. And they're getting a lot better with simulations. Before it was like, oh, all delayed data and like people didn't get the real results. And now it's like they have live feeds. It's great. Oh, you're getting island fever, man? I didn't know that. If you're stranded on an island, I feel like that's a thing with like if you're living there. But I understand. I'm a fan of going on vacations. Like I like traveling. Like you see like these little things on the back here, all from my traveling. I can probably push my desk up. I wanted to do this anyway. All these things are just little knickknacks from traveling. Going to Europe, France, like Paris, London, Switzerland's next on my list. I did like Belgium though. Belgium was a very interesting country. I liked it. I liked their food too. I mean, PD money, you know it's gonna start getting cold. Maybe not this week, but like give it a few weeks, you know it'll start getting cold. Yeah, man, if you're getting island fever, like, I mean, if you can be safe about it, then yeah, you can go on a trip, but like right now, obviously not the safest time to be on flights or anything like that. But maybe there's a part of the island that you never explored, right? Oh no, no, I was talking about UP money. I was saying like Long Island, New Jersey, we all face the cold, but like Warren probably won't face it at all. He has the good life of being able to wear shorts every single day of the year. Sec. We have another new subscriber, E Tahoe. Isn't it interesting username? Hopefully you're by Lake Tahoe. That's a beautiful place. That's been on my list, man. Lake Tahoe in California. That's been on my list. Did I develop this algo? Yes, I did. With the help of some coders and everything, but all the systems that go into the logic and the process of how the algo works, that was all from me. That was my own trading system beforehand, and a few adjustments now. But definitely needed help with some coders. Had to hire them, cost me money, but we're in a good place now, so everything worked out for the best. But yeah, right now, yeah. I mean, that's a nice little reversal candle off of this mini pullback. We might see a big push from here. Let me just check where our resistance, where we are playing off of that resistance level. PD money, congrats, $20. Profit's profit. Why did you get out? Would I make the algo into an automated trading system? I think I could, but that will require a lot more work and a lot more money invested into it. Um, because there will be some other tweaks when you get into automation like that. One thing to have manual order entries, but I can try to work on it, but I feel like having that human eye and the connection is much better. But I think I might be able to do for the forex market because I know it's easier to build for forex because they have the systems in place for it. But for futures and everything, I would have to figure that out. I know I'd have to use Ninja Trader. That would be completely different code. I have to convert the code, and then I have to add the features that align with Ninja Trader. I mean, if I do it, I don't think I'm gonna automate it anytime soon. I'll promise you that much right now. It will take some time. Building these type of things is not quick, but I think I can do it for forex maybe pretty quickly because I know it's possible. But for futures, I think might take a bit more time. But I'll see. I'll reach out to one of my coders and see what they think about automation and if they're capable of doing it. That's also a big thing, right? Finding good people to work with. Yeah, legal issues are going to be there, different rules, different things that you need to provide. And I think that's one of the reasons I like having the manual. You can just set your alerts, you get the alerts because like even if you're at your work or your job, right, and you have a computer, if you have access to a computer, you can trade on the web now. So it's like you don't have to have this physical platform, desktop platform on it or the desktop app. You can just pull it up on Google Chrome or Firefox or whatever you use, right? It's like Tradeovate's linked with TradingView, so you can pull it up anywhere. You can even pull it up on your iPad. You can't trade from your iPad, I know that, but you can on any random computer. Log into your TradingView account, log in with the Tradeovate, boom, you're in. But yeah, I don't want to deal with any legal issues. I feel like that's one of the worst things to ever deal with. I like to do everything by the book. Do you trade futures options? No, I do not trade futures options. My favorite options to play with are for Apple, QQQ, Buy. Sometimes I like QQQ better. I read it better. Um, Nvidia and Facebook, and then Beyond Meat. Those are my options that I touch. Yeah, let me pull up the 1 minute real quick. Hey guys, on days like this, 1 minute, another alert. Came at 12:04. Which is that? 6.25 points, and you're only risking three points to make 6.25, 2.08. Risk to reward. That's good. That's in your favor. And after 3, you can let it run if you want to, but make sure your stop loss is at level 3 if you're letting it run. Yeah, this is the 1 minute chart for the algo. The 1 minute chart, it's pretty much just been killing it today. 5 minutes, it's not finding anything for me, so it's okay. Why did you get out again? I mean, it's about like your psychology and your emotions on when you're trying to get out, right? Like, what was your target? Like, was it just to go for that quick 1 point, or was it to finally catch that big move? That's the one thing you have to be prepared for, right? PD money, like understanding what you're looking for. For me, when I go for scalp plays, I literally say on stream, like, hey, I'm going for 1 point in and out, and you see my trades last like 10 seconds and you're done. And then the algo, it'll be lasting a few minutes, sometimes 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes. But I know I have to wait. I have to let the move happen. But I walk away with big profit, but I only trade that one trade. See, like if you didn't know, if you didn't have an exact plan, then that's where the issue will come from, right? So that's definitely something you have to look into. I think I no what was it? In the course that I built, I created a trading plan template that you can use. Again, the course is free, everything in it's free, so you can sign up. And on one of the things it talks about day trading, like or trading plan, and in that section there should be a link to download your trading plan. Yeah, man, whenever you have time, check it out. Here to help people, right? Like right now, perfect move. Here, I would have just closed it out if I was in this. But if you want for the scalp, that's okay too. Let me see 1 second. Yeah, we had the scalp alert come down here too. SB is for scalp buy. The regular buy is for the regular algo. SB is always for scalp buy. SS would be for scalp sell, like SS right here. But with this, we're literally just going for quick moves for 1 point. Obviously, it didn't work out here. But overall, majority of the time, it worked out great. Yeah, there is a level there. That's the one thing you have to keep in mind, right? 32.55.06. Whenever you get very close to a level, don't take any type of alert, because even though it's going to look for that price to break and momentum move, pre-momentum move, you have to be very careful of those key levels, and that's exactly what happened. We got the like alert right there or so, something like that, and bounce back and forth. Yeah, unfortunately, no trades for me as of right now. Nothing happened before 12. Oh well, maybe a nice move will come later on in the day. I'll see. I'll have my alerts up anyway. Your short-term attention span loses interest. Yeah, I'll go over the 1 minute real quick on the scalps, and then after that I will just head out because I have to go out today. On the scalp, your entries are essentially one, you wait for the alert. You're going for 1 point. On the ES, you're going for 1 point for the scalps, right? So you just enter at the high of the candle. So the high of this candle right here was at 32.47.75. You'd place your stop order, buy stop order right there, and then go for that quick point. It should be done in like the next 2 candles or so. Probably, it never really takes longer than that. And then that's what we saw. So one thing you have to remember with the scalp one is like, if you're not getting filled in the next candle, just cancel your position. If the candles are getting weaker, that means the buyers aren't there, and that's an issue. Here, filled on the next candle, you're done immediately. Here, you got filled, you're filled right there. Again, you're done. That's the point. When you're going for quick 1 points, you care about getting filled and in and out within the minute. That's perfect. And same thing here. At the high of the candle, that's where you enter and you go. High of the candle, you enter, you go. The only reason we don't enter at the bottom of the candle or the middle is because double tops, weakness happens. To avoid that, we wait for the high. We get in right there. Boom. And you're scalping, especially in today's market, it works out really well. And yeah, but had a nice time talking to you guys today. Definitely was a nice chat today. So thank you guys for that. Thank you all for the new subscribers and the likes. If you haven't dropped one, drop one right now. Would really appreciate that. But hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. I'll be back here Monday. And then if you guys have questions, just ask me in the Discord over the weekend. I'm more than happy to help out. Okay? Have a nice day, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Get that time off. Get that reset if you need it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week.